All right, now it's time for the segment that's responsible for more sales of Pepto-Bismol than anything else. All right, Trtan back time. Here we go. First, United States long-distance demonstration of television, April 7. In 1927, Herbert Eugene Ives of Bell Laboratories broadcasts a picture from Washington, D.C. to New York, a distance of about 200 miles over telephone lines. It was a speech by then U.S. Secretary of Commerce and future U.S. President Herbert Hoover, in which he stated, "Today we have, in a sense, the transmission of sight for the first time in the world's history. Human genius has now destroyed the impediment of distance in a new respect and in a manner hitherto unknown." That's what television is.
That was a mouthful, Tom. I have no idea what he said.
Okay. Happy birthday to Sir David Frost, OBE. Born April 7th, 1939, English author, TV personality. A quote from him: "Television is an invention that permits you to be entertained in your living room by people you wouldn't have in your home." Yeah.
That is amazing.
Frost was the only person to have interviewed all 8 British prime ministers serving between 1964 and 2016, and all 7 U.S. presidents. And there he is with Richard Nixon in office between 1969 and 2008.
Tom, wasn't that movie Frost Nixon about that?
That's exactly what it was.
Oh, wow.
April 8, 1983, magician David Copperfield makes the Statue of Liberty disappear on his TV special, The Magic of David Copperfield. Copperfield said he wanted to perform this illusion because his mother was an immigrant. "She impressed upon me how precious our liberty is and how easily it can be lost. And then one day it occurred to me that I could show with magic how we take our freedom for granted. Sometimes we don't realize how important something is until it's gone."
Oh, wow.
All right.
I remember seeing that.
Yeah, it was like, ooh. Happy birthday to Tiny Broadwick, Georgia Ann Thompson Broadwick. Born April 8, 1893, American parachutist and the inventor of the ripcord. In 1930, before I guess they just tried to unravel it. Yeah. In 1913, at 20 years old, she became the first woman to parachute from an airplane 1,000 feet above Los Angeles.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she made her first parachute jump in 1908 out of a hot air balloon. In 1914, she invented the ripcord, became the first woman to parachute into a body of water by jumping into Lake Michigan. I used to do that all the time.
Do what?
Jump into Lake Michigan.
From 1,000 feet?
No, from the beach. Oh. Okay.
I like what you said about ripcords.
Yes.
Like, what did they do before that?
I guess they untied it, or who knows. They held it in their arms and just let it go. Anyway, April 9th, 1959, NASA picks its first 7 astronauts. They became known as the Mercury 7. The astronauts were Scott Carpenter, Gordon Cooper, John Glenn, Gus Grissom, Wally Schirra, Alan Shepard, and Deke Slayton. All 7 would fly in space. Deke Slayton was the last one. Shepard became the first American in space in 1961 and the 5th man to walk on the moon in 1971. Glenn became the first American to orbit the Earth in 1962. Schirra flew Apollo 7, the first Apollo mission. Grissom died with 2 other later chosen astronauts when Apollo 1 caught fire on the launch pad during a simulation. The other 6 lived to retire from space service. Cooper was the first American to spend an entire day in space and the first to sleep.
Oh, that's so fascinating.
Yeah.
Wow.
Happy birthday to Leonard Wibberley. Born April 9, 1915, Irish author, writings. He's known for the book The Mouse That Roared. It was a movie in 1959. The book was in 1950.
Okay.
His novel was about a tiny country that believes the only way to help their economy is to declare war on the United States and lose, and then receive financial aid, much like the U.S. did with Germany at the end of the World War II. Here's a quote: "There isn't a more profitable undertaking for any country than to declare war on the United States and be defeated."
That's wow.
April 10, 1926, Superman arrives on planet Earth, according to the first episode of the 1952 TV show Adventures of Superman, farmer Eben Kent and his wife Sarah hear a crash. When they investigate, they find a crashed, burning rocket with a baby inside and are amazed that neither the baby nor his blanket, which is what they made his suit out of, were harmed in the fire. They decided to raise the child, naming him Clark. Clark Kent, yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Happy birthday to John Madden, born April 10, 1936, American Hall of Fame football coach and Emmy-winning sportscaster. He won Super Bowl 11 in 1976 as head coach of the Oakland Raiders and endorsed the extremely successful Madden NFL in 1988 video game series. Even though his wife had a pilot's license, Madden had a strong aversion to flying, so he traveled by bus and train. Consequently, he never did commentary for the Pro Bowl, which was held in Hawaii every year of his broadcasting career from '79 to 2008.
Oh, who doesn't know Madden?
Yeah. April 11th, the New York Mets play their first game, losing a road game to the St. Louis Cardinals, 11-4. They were created to replace New York's departing National League teams, the Brooklyn Dodgers and the New York Giants. Happy birthday to Citation. Born April 11th, 1945, American thoroughbred racehorse, 1948 Triple Crown winner, and the first racehorse to win $1 million in 1951. And finally, this is for you, Jerry.
Okay.
What's the difference between jelly and jam?
Okay, my first guess is jam is thicker and it has more chunks of fruit, and jelly is not.
No.
What?
It's just the fact that you can't jelly a bunch of cars and clowns into one of those little cars.
Wait, what? Oh, that took me a second, Tom.
Was supposed to.
I was like, wait, huh?
Yeah, and that's turning back time.
Oh.
Yeah, you can't jelly a bunch of clowns into one of those.
But you can
little
jam
cars.
them in.
See, there's the difference, jelly and jam.
Tom, can I also mention quickly, too?
Go ahead.
$1 million horse race in 1951, that would probably be like $1 billion in today's money, because that had to have been a lot of money in 51. I mean, when you said that, I was like, $1 million in 51?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That was a winning horse.
Wowza. Because you know how they always do, like, well, $5,000 in 1950 would be like $500,000 today.
Well, and we have what's his name? Denny, I can't remember. I'm so sorry. He was the first fisherman in the world to win $1 million fishing. Right
Guys,
here in Missouri.
We'll be back with Kevin and Chris from 98.7, The Dove. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah.